Welcome to the show that takes up no more than 5 minutes of your time, but could help you gain massive real estate knowledge. It's 5 Minutes in Real Estate with best-selling author Shane Willis.
Hello, it's Shane Willis, Pensacola real estate expert, bringing you today's episode. Well, it's Thursday, August 9th. Just enjoyed the last couple days off. Helicopter. It was my birthday. If you listen to the podcast, you know that I didn't record on Tuesday or Wednesday. Instead, went out to the beach. Went and saw a kick-ass Imagine Dragons concert. That was really, really cool. It was hot as all blazes. But I guess what do you expect in an August outdoor arena? Enjoyed the last couple of days with Angie, my wife. And then yesterday, actually ate carbs for the first time in, 8 or 9, 10, maybe 10 weeks? 10 weeks, something? Hadn't had, I've had, obviously, some carbs, but been very low carb the last 2 months. But yesterday, I just had an inkling for a good old hibachi. My son works at a hibachi restaurant, and he's like, well, you've never been up there, so let's go. And we did, and they took care of us. And it was great. So it was a nice little break. Time to relax a little bit. Morning, man. So, but that's not why you tuned into this, to listen to my what's going on in my world. Instead, you want to know, let me see if I can talk today. See, when you turn a year older, something just happened on my, I hate it when it does that. My phone has two modes. The app that I use has two modes, and one of them I'm just talking as I walk. The other one I'm talking and hear myself in the microphone or in the speakers as I walk, which always kind of freaks me out. Let's turn that off real quick. Okay, so there's a couple of conferences going around the country right now. There's a lot of real estate conferences that happen in August. There's some that happen towards January and March. Tom Ferry, big real estate coach, probably one of the largest. He's definitely one of the largest in the country. Is having his conference right now out in Vegas. And there's been a couple of, I follow Tom Ferry. I've actually been to his conference. He puts on a great conference. But I'm kind of following some of the people that are there. And one of the sub-panels came up, because there seems to be this concern from the public. And we've talked about it a little bit on this podcast, but there seems to be a concern from the public that prices are going to start going down. That the slowdown that we're seeing is actually an indication of prices going down. So I wanted to have another episode that talked about supply and demand, but I wanted to bring up something. I've got a nice graph in this show notes. So if you're not getting the show notes, if you're not getting the graphs, the infographics, get over to 5minutesinrealestate.com. Also get over to the Facebook page. Some people don't want the emails. They'd rather see things on Facebook. That's cool. Facebook.com/Shane Willis, the Realtor. It's just my name. ShaneWillis, the Realtor. You'll get these notes up. But I got a great graph that talks about this. Because the National Association of Realtors, the chief economist, Mr. Yoon, talks about this. And so what he said, well, home values continue to appreciate through 2018. The simple answer is yes. Yeah, they're going to. As long as there's more purchasers in the market where there are available homes for sale to buy, it's a theory of supply and demand. Now, let me just read to you theory of supply and demand. The amount of a commodity, product, or service available and the desires of buyers for it considered as a factor for regulating the price. We've got more buyers than we do supply. So will we still see appreciation? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to. Are there certain price points that may not be the case? Yeah. So is this a general term? And do we need to talk if you're looking at different price points? Yeah. But overall, are we going to still see prices increase? When demand exceeds supply, prices go up. So I got this nice graph that talks about what the demand was in January, which was 4.5%. In March, it was 6.3% increase. These are year-over-year increases. Okay? So let's go through June. January is 4.5, February is 3.3, March was 6.3, April is 5.1, May is 1.2, June is 0.2. That's your big spring buying season. That's in Florida, in our area, that spring buying season starts in January. People start to get their income tax refund, and I usually have a really good January. January, it's odd for me not to do at least $1 million to $1.5 million in production with an average sales price of 150. So I'm doing 8, 9, 10 properties just on my own on the buyer side. Seller side's totally different. I usually do about the same. So January is usually a pretty good month. But January was up 4.5. Now, let's talk about supplies. Now, this is nationwide numbers, but let's talk about supplies those same 5-6 months. January supply year over year was down 9.5. February was down 8.1. March was down 7.2. April down 6.3. May down 6.1. So you're seeing supplies start to catch up, but we're still down year over year. Now you get that month over month when we said June. This is what's sparking the whole conversation out in Vegas right now. Because I went through May down 6.1. June supply was up year over year, 0.5. So demand was up 0.2 and supply was up 0.5. Oh, well, Shane, the curve has inverted. Now we've got more supply than we do demand. Shut up. No, we don't. It was a 1 month thing. And if you noticed, excuse me, the demand was up 0.2. We don't see that very often. June, you start to see demand fall off. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next 6 months. But supply's got so far to go to catch up. And if you listened to an episode a few weeks ago, it may have been last week, I talked about how builders are not building anywhere near fast enough. They've actually slowed their permits, and a lot of that has to do with the tariffs on lumber. Trump put some tariffs on lumber that come out of Canada that increase the cost for builders. Now, builders have passed that on, because if you look at the building stuff, if you talk to any of the builders, they've all went up between $5,000 and $10,000 a property. As soon as those tariffs hit, because it just cost them more to build. So they pass it on to us. Okay. Well, builders have stopped building as much. They're still building. If you look around our area, my goodness, they're building everywhere you turn. But nationwide, they've actually pulled less permits. Supply is still down. Don't let this 1 month kick be a huge indicator. Do we watch it? Sure. Is it going to affect prices going down in 2018? No. Do I think prices are going to go down in 2019? No. I think we're talking about affordability issues. I think in 2020, it's just going to be the number of properties that are going to sell that are probably going to go down. Not the prices, the number. And that's all a supply and demand issue. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with this, but for some reason it just keeps coming up and people want to argue the point. All right, that's all I got for you today. As always, if you've not subscribed to get the tips, trips, graphs, get this graph that I put out today. Get over to 5minutesinrealestate.com. That's 5minutesinrealestate.com, or get over to facebook.com/Shane Willis, the realtor. Also, make sure you go to your player of choice, Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever you want to do. Look us up, hit subscribe so you're notified when we update the new ones. Also, give me a heart, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Give me the nice comments as opposed to some of the not so nice comments I've gotten on YouTube, but it's funny. You can go back and look a few episodes when I went Trolls Abound. I seemed to have a couple of listeners come to my rescue, and the trolls went away. And finally, I always end the podcast the same way. If I have brought any value to you within this or any other episode, I don't ask for any money. I do, however, ask that you share that episode on social media. And I'm back. Seems like a year older, too. Have a great Thursday.